You might have seen this on the side of your screen for much of the morning. The Special Provincial Funeral of renowned academic and social policy specialist Professor Muxe Nkondo is currently underway at Freedom Park Heritage Site that's in Pretoria. Now, Professor Nkondo contributed substantially to creating national policies for different government agencies. He passed away on Sunday at the age of 83. Let's just dip in for a bit in that funeral for you, get your sense of how he's being remembered.
What I appreciate most of you what I appreciated most about you as a father is that you never raised a hand to the children. You always tried to sit them down and reason with them. You made every effort to point them in the direction of what was right for them. Of course, you were also a loving father and provided for our home. Whenever there were issues we needed to resolve, between us as wife and husband, we were always ready to talk to each other. The open and mutually respectful conversations we had about us and about our children have sustained our marriage. There were times when conversations were difficult. And you, Muxe, your refuge was always your books. But when things were calm, you would return to the conversation, and we have always been in this together. My dear husband, I cannot end without mentioning your intellect and work ethic. Your approach to your work was always serious, no matter the task. You are always obsessed with always giving every assignment your all, always. And your passionate attention to cognition also came with your unrelenting commitment to your identity as an African. I remember listening to you speak in English in awe. We talked about it. You told me that when you were at the University of Leeds in England, the English professors told you that you had a mastery of the language, but your only problem was your African accent. They recommended that you get a speech therapy to make your accent more acceptable to their delicate English ears. You declined and told them that when you return home, you want to make sure that your people can understand you. So changing your accent was not going to happen. My dear husband, we have been with each other for almost 40 years. Throughout the 4 decades, I have experienced deep and caring love from you. Ours was a never-ending honeymoon, and I thank you for that. You had a way with words, Muxe, words that could melt away pain and bring a smile and laughter to every situation. Today, I sit here in pain, and I wish I could hear your words again. Fare thee well, Munaka, until we meet again, Olga.
Rikona ribon wangai maso kambe timbilu takubasa karibona taredune tihude minkudeni tasengele tanati tihude minkudeni tasengele. Thank you very much. I was asked to summarize what she was saying. So, in brief, aba confirma kuri no, Muxe aba ngudisili, angabileli, anga vileli akuri no ni dise wa mina.
All right, so those are live visuals coming out of Pretoria. That's where the funeral service of Professor Muxe Nkondo is currently underway. He passed away in his 80s on Sunday. And we've just heard there from his wife, Professor Olga, who is an academic in her own right, really speaking so fondly about her husband. I mean, one of the words, the phrases that stand out there is her saying that Professor Muxe had a way with words to ease the pain. She went on to say that she's currently in pain now because, of course, he's not able to share some of those words with her. She says, ours was a never-ending honeymoon because of the love that I received. He said, you had an intellect that many people, of course, would aspire to have. We'll continue listening in to that funeral service as it continues in Pretoria. Professor Nkondo, of course, being remembered by a number of institutions, including the University of Limpopo, who said that they're saddened by his passing, especially because he was part of the inaugural SRC team back in the 1960s. The ANC also releasing their own statement, wishing the family or sending their condolences to the Nkondo family.